race, you might have a chance to deal an even tougher seed the next time around.
And we are off.
It looks like breastickle and SouthernPretzels are going to start in southwestern Hyrule here today, and so far nothing found by either of our explorers. That's a potion shop, so without the letter, you can't do any business there. But that's an interesting spot. You go to an up and A, you've got the monies, you're just a screen away from buying some potions.
That's definitely a good spot when you're thinking about traveling the 9 at the end, or if you just need a quick refill. And we have a sword.
What a find by BT, and it's not far away from the start at vanilla level 3. So already less than a minute into this race, BT having the stabbing device to go to town on these enemies. So one of the things you want to keep in mind is that we've got beefy red Octoroks. They're in 3 HP. What I was going to say is that they're anywhere between their normal amount and plus or minus 2. And those red Octoroks are strong, folks.
All right, but it looked like the blue Octoroks were low, and Breastickle gets some bombs and finds level 4 right at start. And
oh, come on! It seems like every single race I call, we have a poverty large secret. And look at that. SouthernPretzel finding one of the 3 largest for a measly 67 rupees. Ouch! And let's see what we find here on SouthernPretzel side. That's a door repair penalty, and that's going to lose him 21 rupees. Anywhere between 15 and 25 rupees for the door repair penalty, and there's 9 of them in Hyrule, so not a good, and that's heavily guarded too, man, go figure. BT's going to check where this Armo statue is, but first going to check this cave. Are you sure this is the right seed? By the way, you're going to see everybody in Hyrule say that same message, including in the dungeons, because book is required to understand all the Hylians here, and BT, well, if you're going to die, that's a classic spot to die in that good old Armo statue. At least it's just a staircase, but that staircase could be important. We'll see down the road.
Oh, and did you see that? SouthernPretzel is 3 rupees away from being able to buy a candle. We saw a race this week where that changed the outcome of a whole race. He does find level 2, though.
Yep, but without any kind of weapons, it's going to be kind of tough to do any excavation. Let's see if he can bomb. No, he cannot excavate a bomb hole doing this way, so he may have to come back later. BT, meanwhile, is also going to check for that same graveyard spot, and he is not going to be too thrilled to see that that large secret is only worth 67. Anywhere between 50 and 150 is the value of that large, and SouthernPretzel, again, can't find the bomb hole by going that way, so he is bomb blocked from the start of that level 2, so he's just going to try this again.
And BT with 7 bombs, and the sword's going to stumble into 2 here in just a minute, and he'll have a much easier time getting in.
Yeah, right. Everybody in chat saying I'm banned from doing races. Well, it's supposed to be laws approved at 110 rupees or more, but so far, it's just the way game knows. Game knows I'm calling this race. Well, SouthernPretzel just found the wood sword at vanilla level 3, so now he's in the same kind of spot that BT's in. So right now, this is a pretty even race. They've just done excavation. They've kind of just done the swap around here. Now BT's going to try the Death Mountain Path. And SouthernPretzel, he's probably going to go for the Armo statue item.
So we touched on some of the changes here. A couple other things that we're looking for is we only need 5 Triforces, and that also causes another problem. We have key items, some more special.
That's correct. It used to be when we used to do these Zelda Randomizer races that anytime you would go into level 9, the 6 items that couldn't be either, you couldn't find the ladder, the bow, the raft, the power bracelet, or the recorder. Now those items could be a 9, and SouthernPretzel does find that there is a level where BT died in, and it's level 5. Could prove to be interesting here for our SouthernPretzel.
Well, let's see if he decides to dig this out. BT finds 2. Tries to pirouette, no luck, so he'll probably use some of his bombs here.
Yeah, he's going to have to play everybody's favorite Hylian game show, Find the Bomb Hole, and this is where the bombs could give BT a little bit of advantage here, depending on what we find here in level 2. Oh boy, look at this. This looks like vanilla level 5. We've got blue dart nuts and a double block room. Look familiar?
And let's just take a look at level 2 over here on BT's side, which is infested with blue Wizrobes.
Oh boy, so both of these runners in the frying pan, and BT, try it again. SouthernPretzel, though, doing a good job with these blue dart nuts, but they're very strong. You're talking anywhere between 6 and 10 HP, and those bobs, they still hurt. You lose 2 hearts, so Pretzel going to have to be very careful here. Now, if he knew a good strat, he could try to do the block clip through that block and protect himself from the dark nuts here, but he's doing a good job, and smart move there by SouthernPretzel. He's locking the room so that if he takes a death, he doesn't have to do all 5 again. He just has to do 3.
No, definitely. BT takes out that Moldorm there, and we have some orange variety in here as well.
Holy Toledo there. That is just sick there. We're talking both dark nuts and Wizrobes and bubbles in the same dungeon. Get me out of here! There's the Triforce in level 2, but BT's going to pass it up for now. Looking for the item that is on the ground. We'll see if it's worth his while. And there's some orange dart nuts. They appear to be on the squishy side. I think they're only 2 hits each, so that's not bad.
BT's definitely hoping to find the item on the floor unguarded, as having to clear this 2 out would not be a fun experience.
Well, there's the heart container. Good chance that is probably the dungeon's heart, but of course it could be the 1 heart container that is part of the shuffle, so we'll stick around and see what happens. Meanwhile, SouthernPretzel decided not to invest any more time in that room. He'll come back to it later if he needs to. Instead, he's found a diamond staircase. Is this his item? No, that's a transport staircase. Be interested. If it takes him back to that double block room with the blue dart nuts, then he knows he doesn't have to fight anymore. And nope, that's not where it takes him. Still looking for the item is breastickle here. Now he's got some blue dark nuts to deal with of his own, and if he takes 1 bop, he's down for the count. And unfortunately, SouthernPretzel is a ladder blocked from getting those bombs. Now, keep in mind that you are not required to do screen scrolls, block clips, or ladder clips in order to beat these seed. We're not that cruel, so there must be another way to get to that room.
Well, we're not that cruel, but we will stick blue Wizrobes, blue dark nuts, and everything else you can think of in the same dungeon. Oh, and hi, Gliok.
Yeah, and there's nothing BT can do in that room. That's the double river room, and he's ladder blocked from doing any progression there, so looks like he'll have to find another path. Good kill there of the Aquamentus by SouthernPretzel, but no reward. Again, you're going to see everybody say, "Are you sure this is the right seed?" until they find that book. Now, people prior to this tournament would avoid the book like the plague, because when you have it equipped with the wand, anytime the wand makes contact with enemies, it bursts into flames. And while it could deal extra damage to certain enemies, it's more of a hindrance than a help. Makes doing the Patrick kill tougher, and of course you can take your own damage on those fireball flames from your wand. So people are going to want to not have that book until this tournament. Now, the book could be useful.
It still does cast the fireball out from your wand, but at least you get the hints.
Now, BT just has 1 blue dart nut left, but he's got to be careful. Nice fight there. Oh, and we have one of the 3 potential mugger rooms there, and SouthernPretzel's going to have to up A. There's anywhere between 1 and 3 of those leave your money, life, bombs, or key situation there, and Pretzel wants no part of it. But he does find the Triforce free here in this room full of keys. He'll go ahead and pick it up. That's going to be his first Triforce. I don't know if he'll be able to go back to see if he can find the item. No, he must figure he's ladder blocked from, so he'll come back later if necessary.
Grab the Triforce, likely find the recorder at some point. Quick to get back there if you figure out you need to get in, so it's probably a good play.
Meanwhile, this appears to be a full clear of level 2 for BT. He has explored all but one of these rooms, and I'm guessing that room he hasn't explored is the one that's going to have his prize. Medium secret is on the average side. It's a 32 rupee secret. Vanilla is 30. The mean is 32.5. It's anywhere between 25 and 40 rupees. BT's just going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce, and he'll call it quits for level 2 himself. I'm guessing he's he's got no bombs, so that might be his problem. So both of our runners come away with the Triforce in their respective levels, but not the key items. So we'll see if it comes into play for either.
Ooh, 24 rupee bombs. Yuck.
So we do have a markup, a 20% markup on the bombs. So, Brookie, look away. Meanwhile, while Southern Pretzel was purchasing bombs, BT purchased a candle, and that could come in handy because that'll allow him to excavate more of Hyrule, whereas Southern Pretzel won't have that luxury. BT did find level 7. Or level 4, rather, excuse me. Level 4 is the last of the dungeons that does not have a transport staircase. So once he finds a staircase, he's going to find his... I am in a much friendlier set with these Stalfos here, but they're a little bit beefy. They are not the 2 HP you normally see. It's 3, I believe. Uh-oh, we've got a ladder block. It's a Chevy room, and that is the dungeon's heart container, so unfortunately he's going to miss out on that increase, and... You know, need that white sword item anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts, so BT will not have access to it unless the ladder happens to be here in 4.
As Southern Pretzel makes his way to the coast, just finding a gamble room.
Yep, good old. This is the coastal. This is welcome to the Southern Hyrule Resort, where you can lose everything on the turn of a single rupee. Pretzel, though, has found level 3. And we've got our bunnies here. We've got the very... oh, shoot! It looks like Southern Pretzel is going to have to burn a key or make a decision here. What will he do? He's going to try to bomb to the north, and he is unsuccessful, so he has no choice. He's going to burn that key and hope for the best. And he finds himself face-to-face with the manhandler, and he's just going to say, bye, manhandler, I want no part of you.
As BT finds a nice clock in 4, so he'll be able to take care of these bunnies.
Always good to find a clock when it's not the last enemy in a room there, and that's going to help BT clear that out. Southern Pretzel found an extra pack of bombs in that rupee boss room, so now if he goes back to that candle shop, he would have enough money to buy that blue candle, but meanwhile, at the moment, he's going to take care of these gorillas, and he's got one fire that kind of doesn't belong. We got some strong red keys there. It didn't go down in one, it took 2 hits, so a lot of strong enemies here so far in this seed.
Definitely, and BT did pick up the compass in 4, so he'll be very close to his second Triforce should he choose to pick it up and not dig the item out.
This potentially could be the item right here. He's going to probably go for it and take care of these 5 pancakes. Now, while they're not the most, threatening enemy, they do still do 1 heart of damage if you bump into them, and they are quite strong. They have a lot of hit points, so BT doing a good job here. He's just got 1 more pancake left to tackle. He's going to hope that block pushes, but it doesn't, so that item is elsewhere. Well, good news and bad news. Good news is, when he full clears this room, he'll get his Triforce, and that bubble's going to lock the room in place. The bad news is, it's a lot of more strong enemies.
As Southern finds what should be the item in 3, and it is the raft.
How vanilla. So the raft is in level 3, and there's, of course, 2 raft spots in the land of Hyrule, and who knows, there might be something important that's raft blocked. BT is going to make sure that he doesn't get Y-Force. He's trying to be set up in the left or right-hand side so that he doesn't accidentally pick up the Triforce. And he finds another T room here, so he's going to pick up these bombs, and I think BT's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce right here. Yep, that'll be his second Triforce piece. Let's see if he goes back and pursues the item out of level 4, or if he's determined that he's ladder blocked out of that one as well. Let's find out. I think he's determined that he is blocked, so he's not going back into level 4 at this time. Of course, he might be taking a gamble as well. At least it's not a beefy manhandler. That went down in just a normal standard bomb.
I was going to say, yeah. That's one of the enemies that when you see it's beefy, you just start to tear up a bit.
Yeah, because each of the sections of the manhandler are 4 HP, so a bomb normally would take down the whole thing if you land the bullseye, as I like to call it, but if they are on the higher end of that HP spectrum, forget it. You need 2 bombs. We've already seen a lot of ladder blocks, and one of the phrases I've been saying lately is ladder is king when it comes to these Zelda randomizers.
It's definitely king to have in this this so-dubbed Pinafore tournament, because the faster you grab that ladder, just one less thing you have to worry about.
BT has made his way back to the Armo screen that he died in. Now he's in level 5 as well. He sees the Triforce, and he's going to avoid it for the time being. He's going to see if he can find a better route to maybe find the item out of level 5, but if what we believe is correct that SouthernPretzel's discovered, he might be ladder blocked out of this item too. SouthernPretzel just has one more bunny to take down. He's hoping this might be the Triforce room. If so, he would be done with this level 3. But instead, he does get the heart container, so now he's got a 2 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item if he can find it. Now Pretzel going to check this room to the right of that spiral staircase, and that's a set of bombs, so he knows he doesn't have to full clear this room. He just has to do a little bit of weaving and bobbing here, and he is successful. He'll go ahead and up an A, and he says, no, that's it for me on this level. I think the Triforce, I'm blocked from it, so he'll have to come back later or some other level.
Yeah, he's out of keys, so he's going to have trouble getting around the rest of the 3 there.
Yeah, a lot of blocks here. We've had key blocks, we've had ladder blocks, we've had bomb blocks. I mean, there's more blocks than a Blockbuster's Gold Run board. And he finds that same, same leave your bomb or key situation, and BT saying, you ain't having any of my possessions.
So they're just trying to get a screen scroll here to get past these Lionels. And he pulls that off nicely.
Very good job there, so he's able to take no further damage here. We're about to find out what that ladder item on the coast is, but first we're going to peek into this cave, and we're going to find it's another bait shop. 59 rupees, that's one below the vanilla cheap price, and we have got the book as their ladder item on the coast. Very interesting. I got a feeling that if the ladder is a laydown, I don't think we're going to see people go back to get that book.
Though having the book in 9 does have an advantage.
That's true, because then you can get the hints for where Ganon is, where Zelda is, what's guarding the compass, and where the silver arrows are. But of course, you could have a bait block or one of the mugger room guys replace one of those hints, so you just never know. Pretzel found his first take any cave, and we do find the item in level 5. BT found a path to it, and it is the heart container, so SouthernPretzel doesn't miss out on much by not finding the item in 5.
I do believe it was that blue Darknet room that he decided to
That's right.
pass, so
yes,
that's not going to hurt him necessarily.
No, so you needed to full clear all those blue darknuts, and this is where I think the experience comes into play, because BT is a very established vanilla Zelda runner, so he's got plenty of experience taking down blue darknuts. So very good job clearing that room there, but yeah, SouthernPretzel doesn't miss out on much unless, of course, the white sword item is 6 hearts, and it's something, very important. And SouthernPretzel finds the candle shop after he found the candle on the take-in. He's a go figure. And this time he had just enough rupees. A blue ring is the standard 250 rupee price. And that's something you're going to see a lot in Zelda 1 randomizers, the price being 250. And here's the reason. The vanilla price is 250. The range is anywhere between plus or minus 20 of that price. If the randomizer, the seed lands on something that is outside the 255 bounds, it's going to set it at the default price of 250. And there's the letter find for SouthernPretzel.
So chat's bringing up a good point here, questioning what BT's looking for. My guess is he's looking for some keys, possibly, because he walked by the Triforce in 5 at the start, and he's got the item.
And he also has 4 keys. He also found the heart container, so he's now got 6 hearts. He's guaranteed the white sword item if he can find it. My guess is he might be looking for bombs, and if he wanted a key, well, he's out of luck. That key is ladder blocked. And he doesn't pick up the Triforce out of 5.
Interesting.
I can understand why, because he can just pick up a Triforce in another level, but I still would have picked it up because you never know.
And it was only like 2 or 3 screens in from start, so it wasn't a very...
Yeah, I'm a little surprised you wouldn't go back for the Triforce. And now we have figured out their potion prices. It's 53 for the price of Pepsi on the expensive side. A much more reasonable 62 for the Coke, so it's definitely a Coke day here for this seed. Oh, and actually, I just realized something regarding the Octoroks. I forgot. Oh, we have our white sword item, and it is the inferior model, and Southern Pretzel is able to pick it up on 5 hearts. So anybody who's on Lord Banana's side, you know, they know who to not root for. There's level 7 on BT's side.
And with the Lionels on the Overworld, having a boomerang can stun them. You have some 0 HP enemies. It's not a bad pickup, especially in, you're talking most likely wood sword for most of the game.
Oh, not at all. It's a very solid pickup on Southern Pretzel's part, as you mentioned. Some people prefer the wooden boomerang because of its control, because with the wooden boomerang, although the range is limited on it, some people find it easier to control because with the magical boomerang, it goes through the entire screen, and sometimes it can be harder to control that boomerang as opposed to the wooden one. Oh, and there's our whites, or our Armos statue item, but unfortunately, he gets bopped by the Armos before he can pick it up, so Southern Pretzel will have to go back and start and try again. Meanwhile, BT is making the play for 33 rooms of pure chaos here, as he's hoping that maybe there's an item behind Reverse C. Meanwhile, Southern Pretzel, he's found level 4. The Armos item was the white sword, and this is our item, and it's the other boomerang. Let's see what BT's going to do with it. He's going to pick it up, so both of our runners have respective boomerangs, so I think we know who TGE would be rooting for in this case, Narastra. So BT grabs the banana out of level 7, and he's going to call it quits for the time being without the Triforce. He still has a 2-1 Triforce advantage over Southern Pretzel at the moment, but BT leaving behind these Triforces, I still question that play on 5.
Definitely. Knowing that you need 5 to get into 9, and that, we've seen as many blocks as we have, and that ladder could still be in 9. Having to come back to 5 could cause some issues.
Look at this. The price of those wooden arrows, they can't be any cheaper, Narastra. 60 rupees for that set of wooden arrows. So if these runners find the bow, I think we might see some arrow purchases here.
They got to find that bow first.
And that bow could be a 9 for all we know, just like the ladder. So BT finds a bonus cave. He'll pick up his heart container. That'll put him up to 8 hearts. All of a sudden, he finds himself just 2 heart containers away from a shot at the magical sword. And there's a small secret. So that's above the vanilla at 13 rupees. So at least the small mediums are decent. But yeah, that large secret's still not that great. The reason why you don't see magical swords often is simple. You need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts to pick it up. And when you're only going through potentially a minimum of 5 dungeons, you're not going to find as many heart containers as you would if you needed all 8 Triforce pieces.
And sometimes the game just lays all 10 of them out in front of you, though.
Yeah, that's true. BT is just 1 heart container away from a shot at the magical sword. Of course, we haven't found the location of the magical sword. And now, of course, BT has not discovered the Armo statue item yet. When he finds it, he may not even think about going for the magical sword. So we'll see what happens here.
If you do find that 10th heart and you find the magical sword, you're going to walk up and try it.
Absolutely, even if it is just the 20%. If I have a chance of getting something that's going to do 4 hit points of damage on beefy enemies like this, I'm going to go for it every time. So the only thing is, if the magical sword just happens to be out of the way and it's not near like any levels, no one's going back for it. You're not going to make that gamble because every second counts in a pivotal, crucial race like this.
And BT's over here in the forgotten spot. He's going to check this.
Yeah, and let's see what we have behind the forgotten spot. That's another bonus cave, and he's going to pick up the heart container. So BT, all of a sudden, is now in magical sword territory. He now has a 20% chance of picking up the magical sword if he's able to find it. Meanwhile, Southern Pretzel is in the northwestern region of Death Mountain. Going to check this bomb hole here and just find a door repair penalty, so that's going to relieve him of some of his rupees. BT finding a medium secret. He is getting close to blue ring territory at 219 rupees.
And with the combat we've seen, that may not be a bad purchase just to give you that extra length of time versus these enemies. He forces a nice bomb drop there.
Very nice. That's something you normally wouldn't see from Tektites, but that is knowing your count. And anybody who's experienced with playing The Legend of Zelda, if you can kill 10 enemies in a row without getting hit, and you end up bombing that 10th enemy, you're going to get a nice set of 4 bombs. If you stab the 10th enemy in a row, you get a 5 rupee instead. And just look at the disparity between hearts between our 2 runners. BT's got 10 hearts. SouthernPretzel only has 5.
It's could come into play here with the items that we're going to find.
Especially if Ganon is in not so nice of a room. So we have seen a lot so far in the second week of Swiss matches. We've seen a lot of moat Ganon fights. And if you've watched any of those races so far this week, you know how much of a doozy those particular Ganon fights are. Well, I think BT might have miscounted there. He thought he got the 10 spot on his bomb counter, but instead he's a little bit short. There's one of the hint caves, but without the book, those hints are going to mean absolutely nothing to BT. If he does pick up the book, any hints that he does purchase, they'll all be helpful hints. Now, whether or not they're going to be useful to him, that's another story.
Yeah, but with that hint shot being up on Death Mountain, we didn't find much up there. Hard to justify going back up there.
No, unless you're really, really stuck, that is. But yeah, there again, say the magical sword was there. It's the same situation there in a race store. They're not going to go back up there out of the way just to try to pick up something that's going to increase their attack power. I mean, BT, again, hasn't discovered the Armo statue that has the white sword, and SouthernPretzel hasn't gone back to that screen yet, but he might be heading towards there now as he checks the rest of Hyrule by burning this bush here, and he finds another door repair penalty. Holy smokes, how many has he found?
And also BT finding that the Moblins rolled low, so we have 1 HP Moblins on the Overworld.
That's nice. Meanwhile, SouthernPretzel finds a Take Any Cave. He goes after the heart container. He's now guaranteed the white sword item, but of course he's already picked it up. That was, of course, the magical boomerang, which he has in his possession. BT does not have the magical boomerang as of yet. He finds that same casino. He's going to gamble, and oh, he hits a whammy for 47 minus. Tough break there for BT. He was probably trying to get for the money to go for Blue Ring, maybe.
He's going to stumble here into level 3, though, with 4 keys and 2 bombs. Might do a little bit of poking around here.
And SouthernPretzel finds another Take Any Cave. That'll get him up to 7 hearts. And he's got to watch out. He does get through the last blue Lionel, and well, that's actually not a door repair penalty. That's either the white sword message, whatever the white sword item is, or wherever the location of the magical sword is. But again, without the book, it means nothing. Pretzel going to find a small secret behind vanilla level 1 to go to 13. BT is continuing to explore level 3 here. It wasn't too terribly hard to find the item. Again, the item in level 3 was the raft. I don't believe we have checked any of the raft spots just yet. Pretzel does get a medium secret for 32 rupees more to take him up to 112.
No, we have not seen the raft spots yet. I'm kind of surprised that SouthernPretzel hasn't taken advantage of that and at least checked the one on his way by.
Right. I'm a little surprised he hasn't checked it either, because for all we know, level 9 could be there. SouthernPretzel's going to head for the desert, and he's low on health, and again, he's probably making a play for that white sword again. He's on half heart. He takes a hit from anything. He's down for the count. Of course, these Moblins don't give him the heart when he needs it. Go figure. You're down at half heart. Game's going to say, we ain't giving you anything. You got to earn it. And there's BT with the raft.
Yeah, so we're more or less knotted back up again, minus the slight Triforce advantage that BT has. He should have a 3 Triforce advantage, but just not sure what happened in 5 there.
Pretzel trying to remember which Armo statue had the white sword. It's number 2, so he's going to try to make a play. He's got it. So that's going to double his attack power. Now they do 2 hit points every time you stab an enemy with that. And then there's level 9 north of the white sword. So easily accessible white sword it's going to turn out for BT, because one screen north of that white sword is level 9. So no doubt he's going to get it. Unfortunately, it looks like we are having some technical issues on breasticle's side here. We're going to try to get everything up as soon as possible. So one of the take-any's takes you to the second raft spot in northeast Hyrule off the coast. So doesn't look like the raft is going to be required unless vanilla level 4. Look at this! Recorder Lake also is a take-any. These are some crazy take-any's. I've never seen one take you to both a raft spot and Recorder Lake. What if the other raft spots? No.
And a push block spot, though.
Wow! So we have a raft spot, a power bracelet spot, and the recorder spot for the take-any roads. I'm sorry, I got to give that an A+ take-any's, even though one of them's completely vanilla. Considering all the means, those are some of the best take-any's I've ever seen.
Well, it definitely help out knowing that you're not necessarily as blocked as you could be.
Absolutely. And there's the other hint shop. look at the disparity between the prices. 47, 48, 49. You see a pattern there, Nerestra?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the book's hanging out on the coast, and we don't know where the ladder is yet. So
we don't know where the ladder is. I'll tell you what, though. We're 30 minutes into this race. Here's an item recap of what we have found so far. We have not even found level 1 yet. We don't know the item in level 2. Level 3 has the raft. We don't know what's in level 4. Level 5 had the heart container. We have not discovered level 6 yet. Lord 7 had the wooden boomerang. We have not found level 8. We don't know what's in level 9. The Armo statue item is the white sword. The ladder item on the coast is the book. And the white sword item is the magical boomerang. Still plenty of equipment left to be uncovered in the sea. Oh, John Taven making a point in chat is that BT was having a power issue, that it went out earlier today in his area, and it might have happened to him again. If that happened to him again, that could be a tough sell here. And I know we've had situations before in a racer where when something out of the runner's control happens, sometimes they will call for a rematch of a race. And I don't know what's happened with BT at this point, but it kind of makes you wonder if that is a possibility.
Definitely. SouthernPretzel's going to keep going. The race isn't over until it's over and it's been adjudicated by the admin. So
correct. Yep.
Definitely got to keep playing this out.
Oh, no doubt about it. So we'll try to get BT up as soon as possible. Maybe we can get some information later on. Now, SouthernPretzel's at the maximum 255 rupees. He finds a secret behind vanilla level 5, but considering where he's at, he doesn't need to touch it. He can always come back later if he needs extra cash. Ooh, he just is able to get to the waterfall before getting attacked by those Lionels, and he has the cash. He's going to go ahead and purchase the blue ring to double his defense, so that is a great find right there. But you know what tends to happen, right, Nerestra?
We're going to
buy that blue ring
now, aren't we?
Exactly. The next dungeon he finds, the item's probably going to be the red ring, because game knows you spend all that money on the blue ring when he could have spent it on something else. Well, he's going to spend it on nothing now as he finds another door repair penalty behind the vanilla white sword location, so he's at 0.
Do you know what their laws? I will gladly pay for a blue ring.
Oh, absolutely.
I will buy a key to get an any key, too.
Well, I would too, but that's actually solid. That's actually solid to buy a key to get to the any key, because we saw a race earlier today where level 7 had the any key, and you actually needed a key to get the any key. So if you're at 0 keys and you buy that key, yeah, in that case, it's definitely worth the purchase. You bet. SouthernPretzel looks like he's going to do some screen scrolling to try to get to the forgotten spot, but first he's going to hope for some health drops because he's down to half a heart, and he gets nothing.
That's unfortunate. The game just not handing it out when you need it, but he does have that potion, and with the blue ring, that might be worth it as we do stumble into level 6 here.
interesting find here by SouthernPretzel. He's going to go ahead and up an ace. Smart move. That'll get him back up to 3 hearts. A level 6 is kind of on the bigger side of dungeons, so we'll see what kind of enemy set we're dealing with. There's some Gibdos. Haven't seen those yet. Oh, shoot. Looks like we're going to have to play another game of Find the Bomb Hole.
That's Hyrule's most famous game show.
It certainly is indeed. And getting a heart drop, I think it's an interesting time to get a heart drop from a Gibdo there, but they do drop. And hey, that's something that SouthernPretzel's definitely going to love. A bomb drop right there. So that'll put him up to 6 bombs. And he's going to try to bomb to the south, I think. Yes. Is he able to do so? No.
Oh, and look what we have.
Oh, what do we have here, Narestra? I just missed it. Let's find out.
What could be a Goma block.
Ooh, the Triforce and or the item south of that Goma. And guess what? You can't bomb to the east of that Goma room. So we potentially could be bow and arrow blocked from progression here in this dungeon unless they find a staircase that'll take them to the southern part of this level 6. And I'm wondering if SouthernPretzel is... Yep, he's come to realization. I can't do anything in level 6 unless I have that bow. And we have no idea where that bow is at this point. But chances are it's not in 6.
Yeah, that's the one good thing is you know it's probably not there.
Yeah. We've seen that before, Telnair. There was a race earlier this week where it was a bow-blocked level 6. And the silver arrows were in level 6. It was blocked by a Goma, so it could happen again in this particular race. We will see. Nice bomb drop there to take care of those orange Lionels, and he's going to find another blue ring shop. He's already sporting the blue ring, nothing doing in there.
So that 6 find, we're still looking for the 2 really key dungeons in this tournament. Level 1 and level 8. Both of them have 2 items.
That's right. I wonder if one of them is perhaps in vanilla level 9. Let's find out. Well, what do you know? One's there. How about that? Unfortunately, he'll be able to pirouette, I do believe, though. So it's not all is lost for SouthernPretzel. And he's able to find a bomb hole, too.
Nice. That's one of the big challenges. And a free Triforce for the taking. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to take it. Obviously, go ahead.
Yeah, one of the big challenges of level 1, as we're seeing here, is there are many single path walkways, so you find yourself bombing key block quickly.
Yeah, level 1, is as small as it is in Narestra, is very linear, so there's always a really good chance that you're going to be key blocked out of important rooms out of level 1, so that's why SouthernPretzel is going to try to clear out this room. And he doesn't have to clear out this room. He just realized that because if there's a Triforce there can't also be an item there as well. There can only be one or the other. Oh boy, could we potentially be manhandle blocked out of the ladder item, or the staircase item? He's going to try for the bullseye. He gets the bullseye! Nice kill by SouthernPretzel, but his reward is nothing. Yikes.
His reward was a key.
That's right. That's right, he did get a key. In my excitement of the bullseye shot, I didn't see the key there. But yeah, if there's an item drop in a reverse C, here's the item room. Let's find out what we have. What do we have here? We have got the bow!
What's with all the vanilla?
Holy, yeah, that's right. We had the raft in level 3. We had the bow as the ladder item, or the staircase item in level 1. At least the boomerang can't be here because that was in level 7. So right now, SouthernPretzel is looking for the item on the ground. Wouldn't be something if it was the silver arrows.
I honestly think he'd be happier finding the ladder right now.
Well, ladder would be huge too. Any key would help. Red ring would be good. So we'll see if he's able to find that second item.
Yeah, we found even the wand. Like we found most of the what you'd call zonk items already. So we're pretty much gonna find useful stuff the rest of this seed.
Yeah, this is totally a Monty Hall approved seed. If what you're saying is true, yeah, we have found all the zonks because what we're still looking for, we still have the ladder, silver arrows, the power bracelet, the recorder. What's up?
That is a ladder block in 1.
Ooh, another ladder block. How many blocks can we possibly see? Now, of course, it's possible that there's nothing beyond that ladder block. We will find out, of course. Nothing in this room here, so he's going to look at his map carefully to see where he can and cannot go. Yeah, there's 3 rooms there, but the way that Zelda Randomizer works, chances are one of those 3 rooms is going to have the floor item. But again, we'll see. And look at this, another locked door. It looks like he's going to have to spend his last key if that's his decision. But he's going to try to clear this room first, and I hope he gets another key drop.
Nice. Spend the key to hopefully get 3 rooms. I think that's a worthwhile, especially here. He didn't have a choice now.
Absolutely here. So I'm going to take care of these white. Of course, when you got a room full of bubbles, it's never fun because anytime you get hit by a bubble, you lose access to your sword by for about 5 seconds. And if you're in a room that's full of whiz robes or dart nuts, it's not a fun time. He does get a key drop for his efforts, so nicely done there by SouthernPretzel. Still looking for them, and again, well, he finds another key, but he finds another locked door as well. So at least he's getting some keys at his disposal to explore this level 1. Check this broken bar room, and that's just a 5 rupee that this greedy Gibdo has in its body. Yes, the greedy Gibdo.
Get rewarded with some bombs, some rupees. He needs to buy arrows, probably.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's 18 rupees short at the moment. But that 5er did help him out, so now he's going to look at his map some more and realize he's just got a couple of spots left he needs to check. So he is going to burn that key, and well, that's not, of course, the item. Well, of course, there could be an item drop here. It's not going to be the staircase since we already saw it, but let's see what we get. Nothing. There's only a few rooms left he can check without the aid of that ladder, and it's starting to become more and more likely in Eraser that this is a ladder-blocked floor item here in level 1, which gives me the indication that level 9 is probably going to have our ladder again.
It's looking more and more that way with all the blocks we have seen.
SouthernPretzel is going to try to avoid the usage of that key if he can possibly help it, and yeah, he's going to bypass it for now. He's going to again skip the Triforce. He's still looking for the item, and yeah, now he has a decision to make. Use my last key or grab the Triforce.
Maybe clear this room first and just see what happens.
Absolutely. He gets another 5 rupees, so he's getting closer to arrows. All right, so he's got one more bunny and gets another key. So at least level 1 has been throwing the runners the keys. And oh, would you believe it? Another ladder block. So we now know we are completely ladder blocked out of the item in level 1. So Pretzel's going to have to grab the Triforce and potentially come back later. Man, what a seed this has been so far in Erased.
Oh, definitely. We look like we are ladder blocked in 1. I believe 2 had some sort of. 2 was just combat heavy.
That and maybe the item was ladder block 2 because we never found the item in 2. Here's level 8 next door, so that's where all the big time levels were, near vanilla level 9 and its potion shop. So Pretzel finding the all important level 8.
Well, let's see what 8 has in store for us. Again, it's got 2 items. Both of them will be in staircase rooms. This will not be one.
No, because of the shutter door, and of course we're not playing with second quest push block. This would be a potential of a staircase behind a 5 loungers room, as I like to call it. And now we've got some Moldorms here that Pretzel will have no trouble taking down with this white sword here, and he'll get a key and a 5 rupee. He now has enough money to purchase the wood arrows if he so decides to make that play. And he may need it. The way the seed's been going to Racer, I wouldn't be surprised if the Triforce was there.
Definitely. At this point, we know we've got a Goma block in 6, so that arrow purchase is more of a formality at this point.
Great thing about these squishy dart nuts, they go down in just 1 white sword hit, so that's very nice on SouthernPretzel's part.
As we get a 4-headed Gleeok here in 8. Not quite sure what Pretzel's plan for fighting this is, instead of seeing if we can get out of this room.
Well, He might hope for the Triforce there, but he gets nothing. Well, guess he was hoping for some kind of good drop there, but not to be.
It's one of the things that I'm starting to learn myself is, when to just not fight a room and go find a different one. That might have been one where I would have chose. We'll come back here if we need it.
Uh-oh. We have officially reached Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse here. We've got a lot of blue Wizrobes here. He's going to lose 1 heart every time he gets hit with that blue ring, and that used his bombs wisely. They're so far doing a good job landing these shots down to just 1. Wow, what a room there for SouthernPretzel. Give it up. That was amazing.
Looks like we're seeing a little bit of revival on BT's side. No news yet or anything, so we'll keep looking. But Southern's going to keep working on progressing here.
And it looks like we are back on BT's side, and he's currently in level 3. I have no idea. We have no idea what kind of progress he has at this point. He does have no more hearts than he did.
And it does not appear that he has it doesn't appear that he has anything new.
And we have the red candle as the item in level 8, one of the 2 items, and SouthernPretzel will go ahead and pick that up. When you have the blue candle, you can use it once per screen, and that's it. You have to go to another screen if you want to use it again. With the red candle, you can fire it as many times as you'd like. It's a great item to have early on, especially against Gibdos, and just keep in mind, though, 2 shots on the screen at the same time. BT finds the Triforce out of level 3. That is, at the very least, his 3rd piece. Now we have SouthernPretzel fighting another ladder block from the Triforce. This is insanity, Narestra.
I don't even know what to say to this anymore.
I don't know what to say about this either. I have done a lot of Zelda randomizer commentary. I don't think I've seen as many blocks in a seat as I've had tonight, Narestra. I swear to God.
Are we going to get a full all 8 required night?
I don't know about a full 8 required night because BT was skipping Triforces like they're coming out of style. So I don't believe we're going to see a runner get all 8 Triforce pieces, but there's the bait block, quote-unquote bait block. So bait not required for the seed as BT passes up the bait in that shop, and he's going to find...
He just bought the beta... He bought the beta screen earlier.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I missed that because we were talking about how this has been a ladder block seed. Now, what do we have here behind this? That's the transport staircase. So he's going to take it because now he knows that the next staircase he finds will have his 2nd item. Yes, we probably should put it on the board that BT does have a Triforce piece out of level 3, so he has at least 3 Triforces. Now, BT found his 4th and final bonus cave, and he picks up the heart container. He now has a 40% chance of picking up the magical sword if he can find it. We have not found that magical sword yet. I kind of wonder if it's behind vanilla level 4.
And we'll give our tracker, CyberChax, a shout out for helping keep track and helping us get BT's item count back in place now that we've got him back.
Yep, absolutely. Level 1 was at vanilla level 9, and level 8 was on the screen right next door where you would buy potions. So that's where it is. All of it was in Spectacle Rock. BT finds the scrap metal, and he ain't picking it up. It's way too late for Boomerang. Plus, he already has the wooden boomerang anyway, so BT wants no part of it. However, BT is getting very close to that white sword. He's got plenty of health, so he's not going to have to worry about taking a death. And now that I just said it, he probably will. Nah, not with 9.5 hearts, but he's not going that way. He's going to check the ref spot first.
Pretzel's tangling with another Goma. He decides that room's not fun.
And BT's going to find out that is the take any roads, and he's going to find that one of them will take him to Recorder Lake. He's going to find that another one's going to take him to a power bracelet spot, like so. And he's going to find the 4th and final spot will take him to northeastern Hyrule.
The Southern's still looking for that item in 8, and it's looking like we move that. Hi, Goma.
Yeah, well, we know who abducted Zelda in this seed. It's that blue Goma.
And BT picks up his arrows. He doesn't know this yet, but when he gets to 1, he will be very happy with that purchase.
Yeah, I really like that purchase on BT's part. It's 60 rupees, the cheapest the wooden arrows could possibly be. Very handy against Pole's voices. It's a great purchase. And you never know if you're going to be Goma blocked. And he is not, I don't think he's discovered level 6 yet.
Ooh. Blue Dark Nuts in SU room. No ladder. No thank you.
Yeah, but he's got something going here. He's just got to lay a couple more hits here on that first one, but they're starting to overlap. He's going to try to find an opening here, and he's doing a great job. He is doing a great job with this fight, but he's got, and they do get a charge drop. I swear to God, when I play the vanilla game, when you're low on health like SouthernPretzel is right now, they drop nothing. See, look at that. He gets a fairy drop. Where is this when I'm playing the game, huh?
Oh, definitely. Mine's more of where my bombs.
Yeah, exactly. That was a great room there, and he gets a compass that he absolutely didn't need. So now he'll be able to. No, he won't be able to. He's probably been in that room anyways, but he's able to bomb to the east here, and he's not going to find anything in here except the manhandle. He's like, get me out of here. And now he's going to find his prize right here, and he's probably going to be kicking himself. Because unfortunately, we don't have a timer on either side. We have lost their progress. We had a couple of hiccups that we had. So we do apologize for that. And BT is going to find level 9. And SouthernPretzel is going to find himself face to face with an orange. You know what? I think we are ladder blocked for the item in level 8. He's practically full.
We have to be.
We have to be. Look at this. I swear.
Either that or Goma blocked. Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, we have blocked in some way.
Either to the east or to the north of that Chevy room is where the second item is, and Pretzel has to realize that. He's going to have to come back later. This is ridiculous, I swear. Ladder blocks galore. I told you, ladder is king.
So we know the ladder is most likely... Well, we know the ladder's not in 1. We haven't seen the item in 2. Raft was in 3. We haven't seen the item out of 4 yet. We haven't seen 6's item, or the second in 8 or 9.
You know what? I'm going to do something I've never done before. I am going to prematurely write down what the item is in level 9. Ladder's got to be a 9. It has to be a 9. It can't be an 8. I guess it could be in 6. All right, the game is going to burn me now. I'll bet you now the game is going to put the ladder in 6 just to spite me. We'll find out.
Yeah, because I'm starting to wonder if we can even get enough Triforces. Well, yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, because we've got 5 between the 2 of them.
Well, get this. BT is in level 6. The bad news is he doesn't have the bow. He has the arrows, but he doesn't have the bow. That's right. We were key blocked out of 6 as well, so I guess it still could be in 6. Yes, exactly. He tapped. That's what I'm trying to do.
We can't keep track of this madness.
No, at this point, it's anybody's guess. And I don't know if SouthernPretzel was trying to hit the old man there, but if he was trying to, he missed by a mile.
The question in chat, does this the randomizer ever have you go into 9? In this flag set, yes. Key items can be in 9. So we may have to find that ladder in 9 to find the silvers wherever they are.
Yep, of course. I said that I've called that the ladder is going to be in 9, but just wait, it's going to be in 6 because it's one of those chain reaction seeds in a race. So you need the bow out of 1 to get past the Goma in 6. Oh wait, that's right. I was thinking about the Triforce. And only the Triforce. You can get past that Goma. That's right, because Pretzel didn't have keys.
Ah, yes. The second major block you can have no keys.
Yep, so... Yeah,
which means the any key is going to be in 6.
He has no keys. It won't be in 6. But I'm going to say it. Ladder's probably in 6 now that BT's found the workarounds. But of course, he's got no keys, so we'll find out. And 0 HP gels, so that is always a good thing. And now here's a staircase. This could or may not be our item. Is it our item? No. Of course not. It can't be that easy, can it? Of course, he may
Not tonight.
He may have no choice but to take it, though, because he's key blocked. He'll have to take it now. And he finds himself key blocked some more! Oh, this has been a nightmare of a seed here with blocks. Now we have key blocks here, in addition to our ladder and bow and arrow blocks and all whatnot.
I didn't write down if we saw a key shop. I'm sure we have, but I didn't see what the price was on it.
Oh, I don't know what the price is either, but we're going to check this area. BT is about to stumble across levels 1 and 8 should he go towards the west, and he's going to do the screen scrolling. He will find his 2 levels very shortly. Bombs. But he's going to check this spot first, so he's going to find 8 first, then 1. Well, Crystal Saver, too many to count, because we've seen a lot of seeds so far where runners have had to double or even triple dip into level 9, just to beat the seed. And that's the nature of the beast. It may sound easy because you only need to get 5 Triforce pieces, and we have seen a lot of fast times in the tournament. But there's always that possibility that it's a very trolly seed where you have to backtrack multiple times through multiple dungeons. So, as easy as it sounds, given that you only need 5 Triforce pieces, sometimes it's just not that easy.
And Southern's kind of taking a pause here. I'm sure at this point he's like, okay, everything's blocked. What do I do?
This seed has just been pure evil for both, and these are both really good runners, so the fact that both of these runners are stumped the way they are, as I like to say, Nerestra, Zelda Randomizer doesn't care who you are. It could be trolly to anybody at any given time, and any runner can win any given race.
Definitely, we've seen that plenty already in this tournament.
Tell you what, I certainly wouldn't want this seed. I'd have probably got forfeited 15 minutes ago.
I would have as soon as I saw those blue Wizrobe runes. Nope.
Well, speaking of Wizrobes, one thing I didn't notice, now that I have noticed looking at the bomb prices, to the right of that was a magical shield for 71 rupees. While I don't think it's going to come into play for either one of these runners, Magical Shield can be useful in a very heavy combat seed, like the room that BT is in right now, because what the Magical Shield does is you're able to reflect the Wizro beams, the Zola fireballs, and the fireballs that the turret statues fire, those Beamo statues, and the Lionel sword beams. But unfortunately, BT taking a death to those blue Wizrobes, so back to start he goes. Of course, one thing you've got to be careful of, as SouthernPretzel finds a free heart container. He's now 1 heart away from a potential shot at the magical sword, which, by the way, we still haven't found yet. Got to be careful of those pancakes, though, those like-likes. If you get swallowed by a like-like while you have that magical shield and you don't break out of it fast enough, you lose that magical shield.
Yeah, it's always the true fear when you buy that shield is, hungry pancakes.
Right. It's more common that you're going to see runners have a magical shield in a boomstick seed. And the reason I say that is in boomstick seeds, when you pick up the book, you can actually purchase the book, and instead of bursting into fire when you make contact with enemies, it makes explosions, and it makes playing the game of Find the Bomb Hole much more easier. In its stead, one of the magical shield shops, the shield gets added to the item shovel. So if you see a free magical shield, you'll see runners pick it up. And there's SouthernPretzel with the wooden boomerang fine hand. He's not going to pick it up because he's already got the magical boomerang. Incidentally, if he were to pick up the wooden boomerang, it would not get replaced. He would still have his magical boomerang. It's not like a Castlevania 2 Eraser where you can actually downgrade your whip. You can't downgrade your banana, and you can't downgrade your candle.
Well, that would be an interesting feature to have there.
Hey, Fred, if you're listening, you know what to do.
Just don't downgrade my sword.
Ooh! Well, there's only one... Ooh. That is true. you could get Magical Sword first, because I've actually called a race like that before during the first tournament, where runners in 2 different races that I called got the Magical Sword as their first sword of the game. So it does happen sometimes.
And yes, both of our runners have seen 9. It is 1 west of the vanilla letter shop, or 2, I think 2 west of the vanilla.
Yeah, it's 1 screen north of the Armos where the white sword was. So, yep, that's exactly correct. Yes. Pretzel finding the transport staircase, going to ignore it. Pretzel's back here in level 5, and again, that blue dark nut room that he didn't clear, there's the red candle for BT, but he wants no part of that. It's over an hour into this race, and by this point, the red candle has lost its usefulness, so I don't blame BT for not picking it up.
This is one tough puzzle to crack here. We've got plenty of items left on the board that could be in these dungeons.
BT's found another heart container here. He now has a 60% chance of picking up the magical sword again if he can find it. And there's the bait block. And since he had the bait on hand, he's like, you know what? I'm going to indulge you here. Have my piece of meat and leave me alone. Yes, the quote-unquote bait block, of course, that is, you can go from the north of the room to the south of the room, and you don't have to pay the meat. So,
yeah, but getting that out of your inventory helps. You know, if you've got select swap on, it's just one less thing to scroll through.
And BT has noped out of level 8. He now knows that he is ladder blocked from both the Triforce and the second item, and he's going to find level 1 now. He's going to unfortunately find some more bad news that he is ladder blocked out of an item in level 1 as well. So, nice bullseye kill that manhandler.
But he does have the arrows, where SouthernPretzel, I do not believe, has picked up arrows yet still.
No, I'm pretty sure he is not, because he's actually been in dungeons for quite some time, so he really hasn't had a chance to go on a shopping spree there. And there's the bow for BT, and with his wooden arrows, he can go to town on those pull voices, and he has a whopping 195 rupees to his name.
We've also seen some gomas that appear that they could be in the way for some things, so that might be helpful too.
SouthernPretzel has already gotten the Triforce out of level 5, so he is looking for the item, but unbeknownst to him, that blue Darknut room he was in earlier happens to have the item, and when he finds it, he's not going to be too thrilled, probably, to find it.
Yeah, it was just the heart container.
Yeah, that's right, so right now, Pretzel looking at his map, trying to figure out where he's been, where he has not been yet, and he's cleared most of level 5, but again, that room that he was struggling with earlier with the blue dart nuts, little does he know, that's the item room there.
Yeah, so now the question becomes, where do you go?
Yeah, Pretzel seems to be very mystified at this point. He's gone through many dungeons, he's been ladder blocked out of many dungeons, and it's been very frustrating, and it's one of those seeds where it's a battle of attrition, and it's a battle of your perseverance. It's one of those seeds you have to think things logically, and you can't let things like this get into your head.
Well, you start to wonder also if you've made a mistake on a block. Did you write that this dungeon was ladder blocked down and it really wasn't, or did you misroute something? That starts creeping in as this time keeps going.
Yeah, no question about it here, as BT again is going to bypass the Triforce, and there's another key, because remember, he's going to go through this door and he's going to find the bad news. He can't get that heart container, and you can't even clip through it either, so BT will not have an 80% chance at the magical sword. Instead, he's going to have to pick up the Triforce and come back later.
Now, the question here is, does BT remember that the Triforce in 5 was free? And if so, does he go back and get that right now?
Well, I would. I definitely
agree.
would.
I would get that and go straight into 9 at this point. we may not even need the ladder. That's how crazy this could be.
No doubt about it. But Southern Pretzel does find a Take Any Cave, and now he's in Magical Sword territory. He's got a 20% chance of picking it up if he can find it. And I'm really starting to believe that we're going to find the ladder in level 9. I've already written it down. We'll see if it really is. Now, BT is going back into level 6 with the bow and arrows in hand. Pretzel has found level 2. He's not found level 2 yet, so we'll see if he's able to find the item in level 2, unlike BT did. What the silvers were in there.
He's going to find his fun Wizardobes and Dark Nuts, though.
Yeah, going into Uncle Wizzy's house is never a good feeling, and clears the Goma, does not get a reward here, but he's going to keep exploring level 6 here.
Now, the difference here in level 2 is Southern Pretzel does have the white sword and the blue ring, and considerably more hearts than BT had.
Look at this!
Speaking of rings.
That's a huge find for breastickle, who had never purchased blue ring, so he's got 194 rupees, and he gets the jewelry that is going to quadruple his defense. What a find there in level 6, and that pretty much locks it up. The ladder has to be a 9 now, unless it's in 2.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where you're down to only about 2 or 3 spots that aren't blocked.
Yeah, so we're down to 2, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 9 is where the ladder is. We know what 1 is blocked. We know that 8 is blocked. We know that 4 is blocked. The only other possibility is 2, and the odds are not with us. I think the ladder's got to be a 9. But now BT's back in 2. So
and definitely knowing that we can get 5 Triforces, I think that even further kind of makes you wonder, that missing that 5th Triforce on BT's part.
Yeah, that still could come into play for him, but keep in mind that Southern Pretzel only has 2 Triforce pieces. I don't know if he ever got he didn't get the one out of level 3. He couldn't find that one. BT getting some nice heart drops from these blue Wizardobes there, so that red ring really going to work for him immediately. Let's see if he gets a reward now. He gets the ladder! The game just spited me right there, folks. This whole time I was calling ladder 9, ladder 9, ladder 9, folks. The game knows.
Well, now we have the mystery of where are the silvers. Now, those can be in 1, 4, 8, or 9.
Yep, so now the silver arrows, it's anybody's guess. It could be in any level at this point, because all those other levels that were ladder blocked, this is where, I told you, ladder is king when it comes to this game.
Now, I think in this case, the best play here is to go either go to 9 and dig 9, or go up, since 1 and 8 are right next to each other, and just get those 2 items as quickly as you can.
Now, Breasticle is going to go ahead and get this book here. So this could be huge. I said that the book wasn't going to come into play. It's still going to come into play. You know why? Silver arrows are still loose. He could get a hint in regards to where other items are.
We can also get that hint now in 9 that the silvers killed a beast lie elsewhere.
That is correct. So a lot of opportunities here for BT. Let's see what he decides to do.
He's taking that warp road to go to 9.
Yeah, but he can't go into 9. He's only got 4 Triforce pieces unless we've made a mistake.
We may have missed one in his time, but I don't think he picked that one up in 5.
Uh-oh. You don't have 5 Triforce pieces, BT.
He may have marked 5 down as one that he picked up. But as we see his pause screen, he did not.
Yep, so CCX is on top of it, folks. He only has 4 Triforce pieces, and BT has struck out. He thought he had gotten the Triforce out of some other level, and he is mistaken. He'll have to go back to another level and pick up a Triforce.
Now, what I'm surprised he didn't do, because I'm sure he marked his hint shop down, is turn around after he saw that and go back 2 screens to that hint shop right next to the warp.
Okay, he's going to check the vanilla raspa. Let's see if there's anything of interest behind that vanilla raspa. That's just a potion shop, so magical sword's not there either. Power bracelet blocked. That's
gotta
another.
be it now.
That's another thing that just dawned my mind because we haven't even found the power bracelet yet. So, in spite of all the hearts BT's got, nah, magical sword's not in his future because it's got to be power bracelet block. Now he's gonna go back to 5. Of course, knowing BT's, gameplay, he's got the red ring, he's already got the white sword, he's got 12 hearts. I mean, essentially, he's got 48 hearts. He doesn't need no magical sword, not BT.
No.
He just needs to go back, get the Triforce out of level 5, then he can go back into level 9. Of course, at this point, taking a look at our item list here, we've got 1, 2, 3. It's a 25% chance only for BT that he's going to be right about level 9.
Right, but again, you've got that hint. There's also the hint shop that's 2 screens to the right of 9, so not the worst thing to do, just to go dive 9 at this point. So he's got to remember where that Triforce is.
Yeah, there are 4 items still left in play, and once again, the one, it seems like every race, not just ones I've called an Aristra, but ones I've watched. The one always seems to be MIA. That is one of the items that we're still looking for. Also, we have the silver arrows, the recorder, and the power bracelet. Pretzel gets the Triforce out of level 2, so that is his 3rd Triforce piece. Let's see if he decides to go back in there at full health to try to find the item. He does, and he's going to be happy he did.
I think he feels like he has to. He feels like 2's the only spot left, because he feels like he can't get these Triforces even.
Yeah, right. You better believe it. Now, BT is still searching. I wonder why. He might be looking for keys. Where is he going?
Now, a lot of our more experienced runners don't track the individual dungeons, so I'm wondering if he just didn't remember where that Triforce was and is kind of taking an off path here. I was pretty sure it was early in this 5.
It was very early in this 5. You're right about that. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's down to his last half a heart. He's trying to chase after Sprite here. Nice job, BT. Meanwhile, SouthernPretzel's dealing with some blue dart nuts here in level 2. Now, of course, the right play is he has to find, unfortunately for him, he has to find a blue wizard room in the desert. And once he clears that room, he'll get his prize. Ooh, swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. Gets him on the 3rd try, though, but there's nothing in that room for BT. Ooh, there's a nice key drop there. And there's a heart container for SouthernPretzel, but he wants to not worry about it at the moment. Now, he finds the compass that he don't need. He'll be able to bomb to the north, but again, that's not where the ladder is for SouthernPretzel. There's another key, though. And then, keys have been an issue, but they haven't been the major issue that we've seen in lots of these races so far this week.
Yeah, the first week, keys were much more of a thing. We had runners diving out of 9 to buy keys.
And, and that's never a terrible play, and BT having a little bit of trouble wrangling that ferry there, but he's able to do so. But he's just up in A's anyway, so what's the point? There's the Triforce that BT's going to go ahead and pick up. That's his 5th Triforce piece. He's now eligible to go into level 9. Now, let me go over the items that we have discovered so far in this seed. Level 1 has the bow. We don't know the second item because it's ladder blocked. Level 2 has the ladder. Level 3 has the raft. We don't know what's in level 4 because that item was ladder blocked. Level 5 has the heart container. Level 6, the red ring. Level 7, Lord Banana. Level 8 has the red candle. We don't know the second item because that item is ladder blocked. Level 9 we don't know about. Armo statue item is the white sword. The ladder item on the coast is the book. And the white sword item, the magical boomerang. There's 5 items left in play. And BT now has an 80% chance of the magical sword, which he is never going to find because he's already in position. He's just looking for the item in level 4, and we may just have it here in this Blue Land Mola room. We do. What do we have here? Does the 1 in 5 come and pay off? It does!
My.
Oh! The 1 in 5 chance comes through for breastickle as he finds the silver arrows in level 4. He is now in go mode.
What a decision to dive 4 on the up and A on the Overworld.
Indeed, he does not take the 40% chance that the silver arrows are on level 9. He chooses a different level, and he strikes gold by finding the silver arrows. BT is well on his way to being 1-1 in the tournament.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't stop to refill his health at the fairy fountain before coming up to 9, but
he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
Let's see what this 9 holds for us. We're going to be looking for 3 things here in this 9, Laws. What are they?
Well, first he's going to be listening for the roar of Ganon. If he hears that roar of Ganon, then Ganon is adjacent to where he currently is, north, south, east, or west. Second, he's going to be looking for a room with a single shutter door. If he full clears that room with just a single shutter door and that room does not open, he has found the location of Zelda. We also have 3 old men with 4 potential hints, and since he has the book, they will come into play. Those hints could be where Zelda is, where Ganon is, what is guarding the compass, and where the silver arrows are. And of course, that's the hint he doesn't want to see now because he has the silver arrows. He was hoping for the other 3 hints. But of course, you never know. We've only seen one of them so far in Eraser. There could be an opportunity that 2 of those old men could be replaced by muggers. So that's something that BT hopes he doesn't see.
Definitely. Those muggers can ruin your day, especially with these low key counts that we're at, along with they ate that valuable hint.
And the any key is still in play. That's one of the 4 items that are still left in play. We are still looking for the power bracelet, the recorder, the any key, and the wand. Well, the wand's going to be a 9. Of course, I called the ladder being a 9. Look how wrong I was on that.
So I'll take ladder and 8, please.
Yes, ladder and 8 for 400. Answer.
Ladder, wand.
Wand and 8 for 400. Answer. Daily double. I had to do it. Anyways, we've got some Gorillaz here, so looks like so far a relatively favorable enemy set for BT here, as he's just got a few keys to deal with. He's going to hope that this is a push block that'll get him closer to either Ganon or the princess. But
SouthernPretzel still digging 2 out.
Now he's found the room, and he's going to have some fun with this. 8 blue Wizrobes. And he's got the blue ring, so every time he gets hit, it's 1 heart, and he's only got 3 bombs to his name, so he's got to fire very carefully here. And he has not taken down any of them. These might be some strong blue Wizrobes here. Oh, and there's a mugger room on BT's side, so one of the hints are gone.
Keys and bombs.
Holy Toledo. I mean, as if the seed hasn't thrown enough at these players yet. Well, SouthernPretzel did have a potion, and he is sipping the last of it in the hopes that he can clear this room before he takes the fall here.
Definitely the right play at this point. You just got to get this room down.
There's no question about an Eraser. Another key there, and a nice clock drop for BT. Just 2 more blue Wizrobes left. SouthernPretzel looks like he's going to get it. Well, as I say that, he's down to 4 outs with just 1 Wizrobe. Nice job. He's going to get his ladder. But he's not picking it up. Oh, he's probably mad. He's mad. Oh, he is just circling that ladder. And there's the power bracelet to level 9, but BT knows he does not need it, so he's going to leave it behind.
I would have probably bombed that and pulled out the torch.
I wouldn't have blamed you either. I would have taken a red candle, and he does have the red candle. I'd have taken the red candle and I'd have burned it about 100 times.
At this point, you know SouthernPretzel feels insurmountably behind.
Yeah, he knows it too. He knows it. Pretzel going back to level 4, and it's going to be the right play. He's going to get his silver arrows, and he's going to be in go mode at 1 more Triforce piece. Well, I tell you what, this is not over yet, because I know Pretzel doesn't have any bombs right now, but look at BT's situation. He's down to, well, he was down to 1 bomb. Now he's got 5 bombs, so he's in a little bit of better shape. What I was going to say, Nerestra, we call level 9 the great equalizer for a reason. Resource management, and it could come into play. Now he's getting all the bombs in the world, and because we've got Vires, yeah, now BT's going to be fine. So
yeah, the only thing that could come up is if we see a lot of key doors here.
Right, and I mean, he's got 5 keys, which is typically enough for a level 9, but I've seen level 9s just be filled with games of 3-door Monty, so you never know.
We've seen some full cleared level 9s in this tournament.
Absolutely, so it's not over yet, but BT's in the driver's seat at the moment as SouthernPretzel gets the Triforce out of level 4, so he's got 4 Triforce pieces now. Let's see if
he's got to dig this.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't too far away from the start. Remember, it was ladder block, but he will have to take down some blue land molas to get his prize. And he is going back, which again, we know is the right decision.
As BT finds the compass, so we now know where Zelda is.
So in the southern section of the skull right here, so he's got half of the puzzle pieces down to finding Princess Zelda. He just needs to find some bacon.
Question in chat. This is 5 Triforces to enter 9, but the key items can be a 9 as we found the power bracelet today so far.
Yep, and SouthernPretzel's now in the correct room, and boy, that was a heck of a clear of those blue land moles with the beam sword. He will get rewarded with those silver arrows, so he is in Triforce and Go mode, but he still needs one more Triforce to enter level 9. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where is SouthernPretzel going to go? He knows where some Triforce pieces are, so we will see what his play is going to be.
He knows where all the blocks are, too, because he's been staring at him for about the last hour or so.
Absolutely, indeed. And BT trying to zero in on where Ganon is. He can't be too far away from the beast, but level 9 can be tough at some times. He's already explored a good chunk of it at the moment. And I'm wondering where SouthernPretzel's going to go. He's already discovered, he's already gotten the Triforce out of level 5. Wonder where he's going now.
7 and 3 are kind of in this general direction. You might be checking the raft spot looking for magical sword.
Now he is going to find a potion shop. Remember, he spent all of his potions, so he's gonna get another helping of Coca-Cola. So it led him to some extra protection in case he needs it going into level 9.
Oh, definitely. Now the other question is he going to go pick up the book? Because we've already seen the Mugger Room. We may still have that hint that could help out on the location of Ganon.
I don't think he's going to Narastra, and the reason why, he's got to feel he's behind, and it's going to take him a while to get back to the ladder item on the coast. I think he's got to find a Triforce and try to make this play here to catch up. I mean, he's not out of it.
The reason why I ask is because he is headed towards what looks like level 3, and there's that looks like the second Mugger Room.
Wow, if that's the case, that is just gross. To have 2 Mugger Rooms in level 9. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen a Mugger Room and a bait block in the same level 9, but 2 Mugger Rooms in the same level 9. That means we found all 3 of them. So that is nasty for BT.
And SouthernPretzel is going back to 3 to finish this off. So he may end up just going up the coast to pick up the book on his way to 9.
Yeah, we'll see if he does. I mean, it's not that far away from where he is right now. He may pick it up, in case but he's going to find out the hard way that level 9 is not very friendly to passers-by.
So, this 9 could be equalizing here. BT does have the exploration knowledge, but, magical staircase could be the difference here.
Yeah, that's true. But ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon, and if there is a way to get to Zelda's room from the left after this fight, BT's race is won. As Pretzel picks up his 5th Triforce piece, we've got a stun lock. 6, 7, 8. Well, I think I miscounted. But anyways, BT does have Ganon down. Bacon is his, and the Triforce of Power. And no, not so fast, my friend. You can't get to Zelda's room from here. He's going to have to find a workaround, so it ain't quite over yet. Zelda likes to play hide and seek, and it looks like she's got at least a couple of tricks up her sleeve. So, gonna have to find another way to get into Zelda's room, and he's gonna try to probably bomb to the west here. And he's down to 1 bomb. Now he has no bombs left, and he's gonna have to come back. So, this race isn't quite over yet, as SouthernPretzel did pick up the book as you suggested he might, Narastra. So now he's gonna make his play into level 9, and he's made a good comeback as Pretzel, but I still think it looks like he's gonna be a little bit short.
Yeah, it's tough to come back from this. Your opponent just made the right gambles at the right time in this, and a little bit of luck.
That's right now the difference in the race and a race is BT guessing right on where the silver arrows were. I mean, he could have went to level 9 and done a full exploration of that, not find anything, and have to come out of there and go to either 1, 4, and 8. He just made a right pick, and that right pick, unless Zelda is in one of those, magical staircase situations, it's going to win BT this race. But SouthernPretzel went to the wrong spot. He needs to go one more to the left, and then he'll get into level 9.
BT gets grabbed by a wall master.
Well, that's something you don't see every day happening to BT, so he'll have to go back to the start. But he might have had that happen on purpose to try and find another path.
Yeah, definitely quicker than up-Aing and losing your health.
Right, and that was probably intentional. So here we go, SouthernPretzel in level 9. Now, if he's able to find a different path, if he takes a different path, he could take this away from BT. I mean, again, BT has everything down pat. He just has to find the path. But right now, Zelda, being the hide-and-seek champion that she is, she's not called the Ice Queen for nothing in my community. But look at this. I think he may have found it. Can he bomb to the south? No! West? Yes.
And we got a key door to the south. This should be it at this point.
Yep, and he just has to go down one more room. Yeah, there's 2 chances to find it. One of them has to be to Zelda's room. There it is. Shutter door is going to open automatically, and that will do it. BT is your winner of this race. He will move into the 1-and-1 bucket as he has finished. Get the GGs out for BT. The gamble paid off for him.
That's with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, that one gamble right there was the difference, because the way Pretzel found things in the order he did, he found the silver arrows before he got all 5 Triforce pieces. If BT does not make that play to level 4, he loses this race. So, very, very close race, and Pretzel, knowing his fate, firing a few silver arrows, this might be it for him.
Yeah, SouthernPretzel has officially forfeited from the race at this point.
Give it up for both of their runners, breastickle and SouthernPretzel. They did a fine job. It turned out to be a closer race than we thought.
Definitely. And with that, we have BT in the booth with us. Good GG, BT.
Hey, GG, thank you.
Congratulations, BT. You made what I think has turned out to be the gamble of the week. Instead of going into level 9 with the 40% chance that the silver arrows would be there, you made the play to level 4, and it paid off for you, because SouthernPretzel was breathing down your neck. He found the silver arrows before he found 5 Triforce pieces, but he had a little bit trouble finding Triforce pieces in general, and that kind of gave you a lead that you were able to hold on for the entire race. So congratulations on that gamble. You go to 1-and-1.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much. How long was I offline for?
I'd say 20 to 30 minutes. You were offline for quite a while.
I lost power to the whole house, and then I couldn't get an internet connection, and then there was an outage in my area. But yeah, as I said earlier today on the stream, I have my NES plugged into a battery backup, so I didn't lose any progress.
Yeah, we got indication from some of your friends in chat that you've been having some power issues all day, and it unfortunately struck with you again. But fortunately for you, it didn't deter your progress, and you were still able to pull off this victory tonight. So again, congratulations. But you might have a tough road ahead of you going into week 3 of the Swiss rounds here. There's a lot of competition in that 1-and-1, including 2-time champion Crystal Saver, Drones in the mix, and one of Zeb Gedney or Jay Coker is going to be in that 1-and-1 group too. So what do you have to look forward to next week?
I guess, taking a couple days off and resting up and giving it my all.
Hey, you bet. Again, good race from you, GG, BT. Very fine performance from you as always. And tell you what, this is the most hearts I've seen so far between the two of you. You had 13 hearts. SouthernPretzel had 12. I mean, the game was just giving away hearts like it was nothing. Of course, one of the hearts ended up being ladder block, but still.
But I went back for it.
You did go back for it. That's true. And it looks like we do also have SouthernPretzel here in the commentator's booth. GG to you tonight. Tell you what, though, you actually, believe it or not, had a chance to win this race if BT didn't make the correct gamble with the silver arrows, because you found the silver arrows before you had all 5 Triforce pieces. BT had 5 Triforce pieces and a decision to make. It just so happened he made the right move, and it turned out that ended up being the difference in this race. But you gave it a good shot.
The pretzel is stunned.
I think he is stunned. I don't know if he felt it was as close as it was or not, but by the time you got into level 9, but by the time you were in level 9, BT practically knew where everything was. Just need to find the path to Zelda's room. And how about Zelda doing her best hide and seek trick, as she tends to do 90% of the time in Randomizer?
I can't believe I ran out of bombs. The game was so generous, all seed, and then when it came time to have bombs, I didn't have any.
Yeah, I mean, at least it was a buyer set, so, you know, the silver arrows could get you some bombs, you know, if worse came to worse. But, yeah, we thought that could be one of the equalizers here tonight in level 9, because guys had some problems with keys, but it ended up not being, you know, a terrible factor in this race. And then, but yeah, their bomb situation was starting to look dire, and we thought maybe that was going to come into play.
The keys almost came into play too. I really wanted to get the magical sword. I was really hoping that it would come about, but its power bracelet blocked, and the power brace was in 9.
Oh, yes. Yep, we had come to that conclusion as well, BT, because we were thinking, oh, maybe it's Raft Block. And then, oh, yes, the power bracelet. Yep, the power bracelet ended up being a 9. And so you had everything. You must have had everything marked in your map, BT. And, yeah, the magical sword ended up being power bracelet block. I'd be curious if your 13 hearts was enough. I mean, 80% chance. But, yeah, knowing your combat, I knew you weren't going to go back for the magical sword, but you had the red ring, you had the white sword. You were pretty much in super shape.
I was cooking. I took on some blue dark nuts with a wood sword early. You know, as a hit from death in a lot of places. But when it comes to the tracker, I lost everything in the power outage. I had to remember what I was doing. I just used a simple Excel spreadsheet, so I booted it back up and it did a file recovery for me. So I had everything but what I had just done recently backed up.
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate moment to have, but you made great recovery on it. One question we had is, what was going through your mind when you entered 9 with 4 Triforces? What had happened there?
I had stopped playing the seed for 20 minutes, and so I didn't know how many Triforce pieces I had. Again, my tracker showed that I had 4, and I thought I had just mismarked or something. And then I was like, oh, I have 5. I'll poke around in here. But then old man's like, nah, dog.
Yeah, this had a lot of twists and turns in. How frustrated, BT, were you seeing as many ladder blocks as you did?
I was way more frustrated by the piles of Goma.
Yeah, we had the bow and arrow block with the Goma. We've had ladder blocks. There were times where you guys were key blocked at certain points. There were times where you were bomb blocked in certain points. And then, of course, how about that level 2, the 8 blue wizards to get the all-important ladder? I mean, geez, how trolly was that? I mean,
that's the worst, but I'm really glad I found the red ring and white sword, and I was in the area, and I was like, oh, right, I never got anything out of 2, and it was combat blocked, so I'll just give it a try. But it took all my bombs and all my health to get out of there.
Well, it ended up working out in your favor, and you needed every resource, but in the end, move paid off. Ladder is king, as I like to say when it comes to Zelda Randomizer, and it proved to be king for you. So again, BT, congratulations. 1-1 in the tournament, and we wish you the best of luck in week 3.
Thank you, and GG Pretzel if you can hear us, and thanks for the restream.
Thanks. I figured I have to push to talk.
Yes, you have to have the push to talk. SouthernPretzel, as I had said, yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said. You had a chance to actually win this race if BT didn't make that gamble, because when the race was over, you were in level 9, but by the time you got to level 9, he pretty much had the code solved.
Yeah, I thought I was losing the entire time. I had no idea that I lost power for 20 minutes, though.
Yeah, I think the situation, I think you kind of came across the same problem that BT came across, is that just the lack of finding items, but he was able to get Triforces out of levels, whereas you were having some issues getting the Triforces out of levels. So speaking of the Triforce, BT, I got to ask you, what happened the first time you went into level 9 when you only had 4 Triforces?
I just didn't know what the heck I was doing. I lost my tracker.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because you must have thought you grabbed the Triforce out of level 5, but you actually did not.
Yeah,
at that time.
I had a lot of trouble locating it. I was like, I thought I saw it in 5, so I did 2 full sweeps of 5, and I was like, oh, it's right here.
Yeah, well, and that can happen sometimes. And yeah, when everything goes down, when you have a power outage like that, yeah, it was just one of those unfortunate circumstances. But I mean, it didn't ultimately cost you the race, but we kind of got a kick out of it.
Yeah, it must have been close though.
Yeah, it was pretty close because, as I said, by the time you found Zelda, SouthernPretzel was breathing down your neck. I mean, if you would have found a quick path to both Ganon and Zelda, I mean, he could have sniped it away from you. But again, by the time he got to 9, you pretty much had the code figured out.
Yeah, and finding that compass really pushed me in the right direction.
Oh yeah, that really did help. So, Pretzel, what did you think about this scene other than the zillions of blocks?
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated by all of the ladder blocks, and I was trying to avoid having to clear that wizard room, and I just had to do it.
Yeah, it turns out that was the right move. It ended up getting you the ladder. I mean, no one likes to go through an 8 wizard dungeon, but at least you had a potion, and at least you had the white sword. So, I mean, it could have been a lot worse than what it ended up being for both of you in that room.
Yeah, I had the white sword, a potion, and blue ring. So, yeah, it took almost all of that.
Yeah, if you're wondering, just out of curiosity, the red ring was in level 6, but I believe you had to take down the Goma in order to get to that shutter room, if I'm not mistaken.
That makes sense. Yeah, the red ring would have been really helpful.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those situations. You're an item away here, an item away there. I mean, like I said, you had a chance. I mean, if BT made the wrong gamble in level 9, you might have been the winner of this race, SouthernPretzel. It ended up being as closer than you thought.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened if I would have won. Would we have?
Well, you would have been one. Well, you would have been 1-1, and BT would have been 0-2. And yeah, that could have. We discussed that during the commentary of that race when BT's power went out. But I mean, he still had his local feed with his NES, so I mean that wouldn't have ended up being an issue. But if he would have lost power to like everything, then yeah, a rematch might have been in order.
Got it. Yeah, I thought he had lost power to everything.
So with that, a couple of housekeeping things. If you want more Zelda 1 Randomizer, the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race is taking place right now on Speed Gaming 4. And again, the final match of this second round is going to be on Speed Gaming 5, Jake Hoper versus Seb Gedney, followed by on twitch.tv/CrimsonAvix, the round 3 reveal show.
That's right, and BT, for being 1-1, the Zeb Gedney and Jake Hoper, potentially one of those two could be your opponent in your week 3 match. So could be a possibly interesting race to watch here. Again, that's 15 minutes from now on Speed Gaming 5, and we have Adaginos and Brewers fan JP on the call for that one. Should be an exciting race. So again, congratulations again to BT for winning the race. You go to 1-1 now. SouthernPretzel, you're not out of it yet. You will, of course, have some work to do, but you played pretty well. It's just, again, he made one correct gamble. If he doesn't make that gamble, I think you might be in the winner's circle tonight. It was a good race.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
All right, so BT and Pretzel, we wish you both the best of luck in your Week 3 Swiss match. And do you have any other questions for our runners, Zarastra?
No.
All right, so I think that'll about do it. BT and Pretzel, thank you very much for the interview, and have yourself a great rest of your week.
Awesome, thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you so much.
All right, so I think that's going to about do it for us here tonight. Norestra, SouthernPretzel, and BT. BT coming out on top. He is now 1-1 in the tournament. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Just give these two runners a follow. They put on a great show tonight. They'll be putting on at least another 3 shows to get into the Swiss or to get into the brackets. Give LOZ Card Fan 23 here a follow as well. He's doing a great job helping us out with the tournament, along with our tracker CCX.
Yep, and make sure you give my commentator partner Norestra a follow as well. He has done a lot for the Z1R community, so make sure you give him a follow as well. That's going to do it for us tonight here on Speed Gaming 3 on behalf of our 2 runners, SouthernPretzel and breastickle, for Feasel and his Speed Gaming family of networks here on Speed Gaming 3, for our tracker CCX and my commentator partner Norestra. This is LOZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. Remember that in 14 minutes from now, it is Zeb Genny and Jay Coper on Speed Gaming 5. And after that race on Crimson Avix channel, we will have the reveal of the Week 3 Swiss matchup. So that should be a lot of fun. Till then, have a great week and so long, everybody.